Hi, welcome back to today's video. In today's video, we are going to be doing a glutes workout that you can do anywhere, whether at the gym, at home, or even outside now that the weather's getting better. But all you will need today is a mat and no equipment needed. So we're just going to be starting here in all fours, making sure that the feet are in line with the hips, the knees are stacked under the hips, just finding your neutral spine position. Making sure that the ribs are pulled in towards the spine, rib-hip connection. So as you inhale, exhale, close those ribs and making sure that the shoulders are up, back and down away from the ears. From here, we're just going to take a few breaths as we inhale, exhale. On your next inhale, exhale. Lovely. From here, we're going to be going into our leg stretches here, okay? So as you inhale, exhale, making sure that all the weight is distributed onto your left side, but still balancing it out as you slide your right leg back. Inhale, exhale. We're going to go for 8 more of those. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. From here, we're going to lift that leg, tap it down for 10, 9, making sure that the hips are still square here. 7 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. From here, we're going to be going into a push-up, okay? So as you exhale, bring those elbows in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Go for 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back into that 4-point kneeling. Keeping that leg still lengthened. We're going to go into a donkey kick. So as we bring it back, flex it. We go for 9 more. 8, 7, 6, 5 more. 4, point those toes. 3, really lengthen as you stretch that leg through the spine. 2, and 1. From here, we're going to pulse it up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it down into child's pose position as you inhale and exhale. As you come up into your 4-point kneeling position, I'm going to actually turn it around because I've not got enough room this side. I'm going to take it onto the left side here, okay? So as you inhale, making sure that you're in alignment here, okay? Inhale, exhale, slide that leg back. Inhale, 9 more. 8, 7, keep that breath going. Think about those ribs being knitted up. 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. From here, we're going to lift that leg, tap it down. So we don't want to arch, okay? We just want it to be hip height. We go for 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to take it down into that push-up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. From here, we're going to go into that donkey kick, flex that foot back. As you inhale and exhale, we go for 8 more. 7, 6, point those toes, flex that foot. 5 more, making sure that the hips are still square. Last 3, 2, and 1. From here, keeping that leg up, we're going to pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you come back into that now nice child's pose position, inhaling and exhale. Keep it either open the legs just to go a little bit deeper into that stretch. As you come up, we're going to go into our fire hydrant next, okay? So we want to make sure that the knees are still stacked under the hips, making sure that you're in neutral spine position, ribs are up, knitted together. Exhale, shoulders are pulled down and away from the ears as your head is nice and lengthened through the tailbone all the way through the crown of the head, okay? As you inhale, exhale, take one more breath, exhale. On your next inhale, as you prepare to move, we're going to be lifting our left leg to the side, bringing it back to center. 9 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You've got this. Last 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to take that leg down, tap it. From here, we're going to be lifting it and lowering it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping your right arm here, keeping that leg lifted. We're going to go into elbow taps. Just excuse me whilst I'm dying here on the mat. Inhale, exhale for 10, 9. Really lengthen through that leg as you kick it away. 7, for 6, point those toes. 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Lovely. Bring that leg back to center. Take a nice little pose here in child's pose. Inhaling and exhaling. Taking it over to the right side now. So you're working your adductors and abductors as well as the glute here. Taking your reset position. Knees, hips, ribs, up, back and down shoulders. From here, as you inhale, exhale. Lovely. Keep that breath going. Inhaling and exhale. On your next inhale, with that leg in that 90-degree angle, we're going to be taking it out to the right. So inhale, exhale for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You've got this. Last 2 and 1. From here, taking that leg into a nice long position, tapping it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that down onto your left elbow, keeping the leg long. From here, we're going to inhale, exhale, tapping it to the elbow for 9, 8, keep breathing, 7, 6, 5, Last 4, nearly there. 3, 2, last 1. You did it. Amazing. Bring it back to center. Open those legs as you go down into child's pose. Lovely. Having a nice little reset here and inhaling and exhale. Lovely. Slowing down that breath. We're going to be going into our side lying here. So you've got a rest, which is probably what we all need here. Coming onto your left side here, you can either use your hand for the rest, if not, lengthen it long. Making sure that the feet are stacked, knees are stacked. Finding your neutral spine. Inhale, exhale, making sure that the ribs are pulled in. Also, you don't want to drop the rib cage. Pull the hips away so you've got just a little gap here in between you and the mat. Using your right hand for all the weight here, so it's going to stop you rocking from side to side. And you inhale and exhale. Point through those toes. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, lift that leg. Exhale. Inhale to lower. 10, 9, 8, 7, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. From here, we're going to scoop that knee towards the belly button. Inhale, take it back. Exhale. Inhale. We go for 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, making sure those ribs are still lifted off the floor. 2, and 1. From here, take that leg long, flex that foot back, point those toes. As you bring it forward, we go for 9, 8, 7, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Drop that leg. Tap it out. From here, we're going to be taking that leg into that 90-degree angle here. We're just going to be lifting and lowering the left leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw those circles for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last 1. Lovely. Bring it all the way up. Take it over to the right side here, evening it out, making sure that we're working both sides here. Don't want one without the other. Again, feet stacked, knees are stacked. Your alignment here of your neutral spine position. Inhale, exhale. Lift those ribs off the floor here, okay? Doesn't matter if you're still feeling against it. Just making sure that the ribs have elevated up. Shoulders up, back, and down, away from the ears. Inhale and exhale. Again, as you inhale, exhale, lift that leg. Inhale, low. We go first. From here. Inhale, exhale, lift that leg, point those toes. Inhale, lower. We go for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, putting all that weight into that hand. 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, inhale, exhale. We go for 9 more. 8, 7, 6, keeping it hip height. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. From here, take that leg long, flex that foot back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to back, exhale forward. My voice is gone. We go for 7 more. 6, 5, 4, 3. Last 2, guys. And 1. Lovely. Back to center. Coming on to your back as you take a nice little roll here onto the mat, making sure that you are supine, bringing both knees in, taking a nice roll back here. Exhale. From here, making sure that both feet are in line. Brush the heels with your fingers and take a nice little shuffle forward. From here, we're going into our shoulder bridge. I want to find our neutral spine position. Make sure it's imprinted to the mat here, okay? So the back should be against it throughout. As you inhale, exhale, making sure the ribs are in and not flared out. Shoulders up, back and down. So as you inhale, exhale, I want to tuck your tailbone as you lift off the mat all the way up into you're in a nice long line here. We don't want to be up, we want them down. Exhale, inhale to lower. Exhale. We go for 9 more. 8. Slowly articulate that spine down onto the mat as you peel it all the way up for 7 more. 4, 6. 5. 4 more. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. From here, we're just going to lift our heels off the floor, both of them at the same time. Lower, articulate that spine down. 9 more. Gorgeous, keep that breath going. We go for 8 more, lifting the heels. Back down. 7. 6. All the way up for 5 more. Halfway, you've got this. Squeeze those glutes as you're all the way up, lifting those heels. Inhale, back down. 3 more. Lovely. Making sure that that form is still engaged, the core to the pelvic area. Back down. Last 1. From here, we're going to bring those arms all the way up, making sure that the palms of the feet are still planted with the heels lifted. From here, we're going to pulse it all the way up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to drop the left foot down, keeping the right heel off the floor. We're going to bring that leg up, tap it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Gorgeous. Swap heels here, okay? Plant that right leg on the floor, keeping your left heel up. We're going to hold it here, keeping this hip the same, lifting it. So we're only moving from the hip as we're tapping that foot back down. 8 more. 7, 6, squeeze that glute. 5, 4, 3, last 2, 1. Lovely. We're going to hold this shoulder bridge position for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly peel mid back, lower back, hips onto the mat. From here, taking a nice full body stretch here. Roll out the arms, roll out the feet here. From here, as we're going to do a nice roll up as you inhale, exhale, lifting your head, neck and shoulders off the floor as you slowly peel one vertebrae at a time all the way up into a nice seated position. Turning it around here, making sure both sit bones are on the floor. Taking all the way up and over, stretching out the obliques. Exhale, all the way up and over to the other side. Really deep in that stretch by pushing the sit bone onto the floor. Exhale one more time. Opposite side. From here, we're going to be stretching out our glutes. So we're going into pigeon pose. As you fold forward here, we're just going to take a nice little breather. Exhale. Really push into those hips here, just to deepen out that stretch throughout the glutes. Inhale, push it back into downward dog. Walk and pedal those feet out here. Bringing your right knee forward, placing it down onto the mat. As you fold forward here, again, relaxing into those hips to deepen that stretch. Gorgeous. Coming up into that nice seated position, taking both hands up and over the head into prayer position one more time. As you inhale, closing the eyes, hands up and overhead into prayer position, bringing it down and forward. That is it for today's workout. Thank you so much for joining. I shall see you next time on the mat.